Hi, everybody. Let's see. Good morning. Welcome to the show. I promise that every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 to 11:30 or 11 to 12, I would host a, a forum a chat forum on the right there that anybody can participate in helping each other talk. I will just read some of the things and I'll comment, I'll talk, uh, just to make sure that we have a place to go and what the events are about. Today's topic is a bad day with MS. Many of you have seen my the days I put on a hat and I like, this is a bad day. Well, early on, you have these bad days. I think I had good days and bad days, and the longer I have had MS, I can honestly say that I don't have good days and bad days anymore. I have a lot of bad days with great moments. And part of maximizing those great moments is by uh, reprogramming my brain into gratitude lists. With every time something sucks, just every single time, instead of thinking, like this morning, I'll explain in a minute, instead of thinking about what sucks, finding, well, at least it's not that bad. And slowly, when you find something to appreciate that it could be worse, there slowly you stop thinking about what can be worse, what's good about it. There has to be something good in every bad. I'm a Christian, and even though I don't, I know this here forum is for people of all religions or no religions there, but based on my own beliefs in the Bible, it says Romans 8:28 is that all things work together for good according to those called according to His purpose, and I just have to do that. Hi, Gina. Oh, you're asking about this guy there? That is my grandfather. Hi, Jane. That is my grandfather behind me. He was a German immigrant who actually was born in New Jersey. And it's such an interesting story about my grandfather. He's been passed away since the late 80s, I think early 90s. He was the last of the cavalry in the United States. So when he was very, I know this isn't MS, so I've got to not get, he was the last of the cavalry. So if you look at the New Jersey cavalry, and he rode horses, and the horse ended up becoming a tank command there. But yeah, he was in North Africa in World War II. I come from a long list of military people. My father was in the military, then I married Desert Storm. I married into it, and so anyway, that was one thing. All right, back to finding positive, finding something good in. Hi, Joyce. So finding something good in a bad day or a bad moment, or say when you trip and you fall. I broke a rib falling into the wall there, and I bashed into the toilet paper holder. Right. Well, it's hard to lay there and think, am I alive? But programming your mind to find something good in that, you have to. We have to, because life isn't like it is with other people. Where there are days that are terrible, are days that the coffee spilled. Well, the coffee's always spilling with us if we're moving with the cup, unless you've had it for a short time. And I hope and I pray that it doesn't spill. All right, so I was going to tell you, today, this morning I got up. It's supposed to pour here in Maryland today. And it's true, Jane. It can always be worse. But what I was saying in the beginning is that somehow we have to go from the thinking that it could be worse. Well, my husband's always saying perspective, and people who are worse shouldn't make us feel better. It's what makes the superstars is if we don't think about being happy because there are people who are worse off than us. But if we can be happy because we've endured something that is so difficult, that we can be grateful. It's not in California. I fell on the ceramic tile floor and I dropped the phone. I broke it across, broke the phone, and I slowly got up by the sink, and I'm thinking, yeah, this sucks, and I'm feeling bad for myself. And I look out the window, and I'm telling you, God has a sense of humor. There is rolling right by a guy with no legs, and he's going for a roll by my house. And I look out the kitchen window, and I see him. And Jane, that was exactly what I thought. I thought, well, I could be that guy. That guy, he had a smile on his face, and here I am. By the way, I could do squats. I didn't walk with a walker. I occasionally used a cane, and here I am. I tripped and I fell on the floor, and I'm feeling bad. I'm thinking, what's the point? What's the point? So today I got up, and it's supposed to pour in Maryland, and I strapped on my AFO because I can't walk without, it brings up my hip flexor there. And I thought, going for a walk around the block before it rains. It's a mile. And I did not take any medication to make me feel better there. So I started the walk, and I didn't put on my headphones. I just watched the birds and listened to the birds, and I got my little dog, and I'll tell you what, it took me about 45 minutes to do the mile. Maybe a little less, 45 minutes. So, and 3 rests. I stopped with my walker and I sat it down 3 times. I'll tell you what, honestly, it wasn't fun. I didn't have fun. But I'll tell you, I did it. And you know what I was grateful for each time I sat? I saw it is a golden finch. That is it looks like a canary, a yellow canary. They don't look like they should be in outside of a cage or in the tropics. I saw that. I saw a downy woodpecker, and I sat down and I saw that. I saw a couple house finches, which they have red heads. Why are they called house finches? And I saw Jesse, my neighbor's grandson. They're raising him. He just learned how to ride his bike with training wheels, and he was so proud of himself. And here I am trying to trudge along, and all he wants is appreciation for what he's doing. And I told him he was like a movie star, like he's almost grown up. But it's amazing. So when I got back, I spent so many times, and every time I thought it sucked or it was terrible, I sat on my walker and I looked around at the things to be grateful for. The wind is blowing, and I prayed for you guys. I prayed for MS Frontiers. I prayed for Jane. I enjoyed Gina, you're. Are you new, Gina, to the watching this? Anyway, I wanted to tell. Hi, Cheryl. I love you, Cheryl. You know what? Talk about somebody who knows how to put a positive spin on all things. It's Cheryl. She has a giggle in her voice at all times. And I'm telling you what, she has progressive MS, and Cheryl, you're my hero. You have taught me so much in life. you know what, Gina, I'm so grateful that you're new. But you know what, Gina, this your forum is new. We've been doing this. I've only been doing this now for 3 weeks there. So and I'm going to do this every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm going to have my energy up from 11 to 11:30. If my energy can hold up, it'll be 11:30 to 12. If anybody wants to join me in answering questions, where you guys can ask questions there, because you're all experts too. I've had these experiences, but you know, some of you guys I've known for so long, and most of you know me so well. But Cheryl, it'd be great if I can get you on the phone and you can ask. But back to surviving bad days. There, I know, Cheryl, I hope you don't mind me telling stories out of school, but sometimes, like Cheryl, we did a Bible study that with all the administrators in MS Frontiers, and it was so wonderful doing that, and the thought process going through the Bible and interacting was just so wonderful. What was so great about that? It was a short time, and it can't happen again because Debbie gets. Hi, Tim. Oh, I'm glad you're here. One of I think Debbie, sometimes her speech isn't right, and she can't. She's not awake, and she's on the West Coast. And I think of Cheryl. Cheryl would keep falling asleep there, and it's not. That wasn't a problem as much as it is an allowance. It's because God, if God made us each perfect in our diseases, we can't sit there and say, I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad day with a great moment there. Oh, I'm so excited. My favorite people are here. There, I just love that. I don't know what you know. Some of you know the talks or the responses. You know, whereas a Red Dog, he always responds, and oh my gosh, what did I do to my hair? Red Dog, and then I'm just thinking of all the people who respond, and John. John, I'd love for you to participate, but I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful for you guys. So on the right there, I know you guys are all saying hi to each other, and I love that. Type something that motivates you if you're having a bad moment. Something that we all can learn from. You know, I'm thinking, because I have to use it or lose it. I've got to lift weights, and all I keep thinking, if I can give you one word that helps me is I heard raindrops make oceans. That means to me, I don't have to do anything all at once. I can just a little at a time. And that motivated me to go for a walk around the block. If I bring some water, and I bring my walker, and I bring a lunch, and I bring my phone in case I get in trouble, and all that stuff, it raindrops make oceans. And I was going up this hill, and I tried to do lunges up the hill, and I was thinking that it just popped in my mind. How do you eat an elephant? Not that you'd ever eat an elephant, right? Most of us have heard that. How do you eat an elephant? One spoon at a time, right? Might take you the whole year, but what motivates you? What, when you're really, really bad? I know, Cheryl, I know you talk about your grandchildren, and I love your posts. I like follow. I vicariously live through a lot of you guys that Facebook friend me, because then I can look and pray and just be joyful. Let me try to reset this chair a little higher. Yeah, that's better, huh? Anyway, okay, I guess I'm gonna keep. Yeah, Jane, your family and your hubby. That is great. You know, it's there's a saying, hurting people hurt other people, and I know that uh, when I'm not feeling well, a lot of times I have to put myself in a self-induced timeout, or laid down, or because by nature it's only through God and that I'm nice. I'm always a nice person, because I often I'm not, and I think about that. You can too. It's just, hurting people hurt other people. I did a boundary class one time, and I'm going to talk a little bit about boundaries. There's 3 types of boundaries, right? Boundaries to protect you from other people who've got a foot up your butt and say, you're lazy, you're not walking, you won't go to the doctor, you won't take your meds. There's that boundary. How do we not allow other people to bully us? And we develop these things so they're not the cause of our bad days. So there's the boundaries that protect bad behavior. We don't accept unacceptable behavior, right? And a lot of that, there's that word detach. You've got to detach from unacceptable behavior. So if somebody is bullying you and telling you, you're eating food and you're making a mess, or you broke your 3rd water glass this week, which I am a glass breaker. I drop everything. I drop things so often that I include it in my exercise routine. I lean over and pick things up. So I'm thinking, all right, that's the first boundary, to protect us. When somebody says, anybody says, why are you doing that? Why did you say that? Or what are you talking about? That kind of thing. I don't know. It's you may be right, or I'm sorry. I discovered that standing up and pushing can, or being my own feisty self and pushing, it's, who's going to win if you both are getting excited, just fighting back and forth. So that's the first boundary. The second boundary is protecting other people from you, right? And that is something that, like you just said, Jane, you just said it so well, is that when we are terrible, when we're feeling terrible, when we don't have anything nice to say, like my phone will ring and it'll be my best friend in California, whom I love to death. And, I just yelled at Brian, my husband. I just yelled at the dog. The kitchen's a mess, and I'm feeling bad. And I'm okay. I'm happy sitting on the couch or reading a book or praying or something, but I don't have enough. You know what it's like to be that tired, that tired where, you can't even read, you can't do anything, you can't watch TV. All you can do is breathe, and you don't know how you're doing that. Well, the phone rang, and it's Rhonda, and she's on the phone, and she says, I'm having such a bad day. You can cheer me up. Hi, Jennifer. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, so I don't pick up the phone unless, I was in sales in Washington State. I don't pick up the phone unless I'm smiling. Again, that's a second boundary, and that's the boundary to protect Rhonda from me. I love her too much to pick up the phone, and I'm protecting her from me. It's a little harder when you've got a spouse you're living with, or you've got kids, or it's a little harder to put up that boundary and not blame other people for not getting you a glass of water when they can't read your mind, or helping you clean up the kitchen, or helping you with the laundry. Our washer and dryer is in the basement, and I go downstairs on the basement. Or you're sitting on the couch and you're so tired, and your loved one will come in and say, I think you ought to go outside and weed your garden. And your knee-jerk reaction is, well, no, I'm not going to say it. But anyway, you've got such bad feelings there. And instead of saying anything, just thinking, just slowing down and thinking about it, and say, no, just that's all I can do. Where I can't be cheery, oh, that's such a sweet suggestion. I can sit on the couch and say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And the third boundary I want to talk about, the third boundary is to protect ourselves from ourselves. And that's critical with MS. Because if we're not careful, I know that I won't eat nutritious foods. It's easier to grab a chocolate bar, or like this morning. Every morning I try to have a free-range egg and some toast. I try to have some blueberries or some berries, and I know with MS we're supposed to be getting the flavonoids, and it is so critical we start with fruit and vegetables. Every meal should start with fruit and vegetables. So when I talk about that third boundary is to protect me from me, so I don't allow myself to behave like a child. I don't eat like a child. I don't sit down and say, I don't feel like going for a walk. I didn't feel like going for a walk, but it's an option. It's not an option. It's kind of like brushing your teeth, or look at me jumping in the shower there. I got to do that. I got to do that there. But I'll be clean on Tuesday, just not today. Anyway, so what are these boundaries we set for ourselves so we don't act like children? We don't get away with like eating 5 desserts, which I'm awful. What do we do? We've got to exercise every day. Our mind, our body. We got to be nice. For me, I've got to pray and read the Bible. It's every single day. We've got to create some rules for ourselves. I'm a big proponent in writing things down. I'll show you here. Writing things down. You can't really see. Okay. My handwriting is terrible. But I write things down with the hopes that it'll stick to it there. Yeah, bad on sweets, Tim. Problem with being bad on sweets is that, in fact, I just got done reading Emperor of All Maladies, and it's the study of biography of cancer and the quest to cure it. And I will tell you that there's something, the very same cell that's responsible for chronic leukemia is also responsible for going crazy in MS and eating itself. So they both have the same cell. Both are genetic. We both have a chromosomal flaw that goes nuts. I think that I see parallels. Well, the problem, hi, Kara. The problem uh, is sweets, as wonderful as they are, it creates inflammation. The side effect is inflammation. Cancer grows in inflamed body, a body in inflammation. People with MS, if we have excessive inflammation, that's the state of our bodies when we're having an attack. That's why we need this boundary uh, to limit sweets. And I'm telling you this not because I do it. You guys on the right there in that live channel, uh, you guys, Gina, Garrett, Tim, all of you, you can write something there that can give me an idea to stick with it, because we are in this together. Do you remember the old MS groups? I mean, I'm thinking 30 years ago. MS Society made me go to this. Well, I was diagnosed. And I thought, I'm supposed to go to the group. Went to the group, sat down, and it was a bunch of people having a pissing contest. Who's worse? It wasn't positive. And it bothered me so much that I'm a positive person. And I think the reason why you subscribe to this channel, is because you're positive people. And again, I'm not different than you, but I think we can all bring ourselves up a little higher, live a little better, manage life a little better. I'm telling you, without MS Frontiers, without the website, without this YouTube channel, if I didn't hear you, see your names, I wouldn't have just I'd be missing. I don't have children, right? And I'm a little old. I should be a grandmother. I should be, but I don't have that. How do you become productive? Leave your mark, or just love other people, because I want to do that. And so in a way, this is my baby. Let's see. Oh, Kara, you're lost and scared. Oh, Kara, you know what? I'm reading that. I'm reading what you wrote up there. Oh, Kara, you know what? Even with this COVID-19, this isolation, this is something I'm going to bring up there, is that they said that in Maryland, 2% of people are catching this out of the entire population. We are better off catching this COVID than we are being restricted to our houses and not thriving. Just the statistics are there. Not for everybody to go out. I can't breathe when I go to a store, but I go for those walks. I need to swim. And that's that boundary. I'm talking about that third boundary. Kara, I'm thinking what really right now, you've got that pain. You have that pain, and if we think about that pain, it'll kill us. And it's a way of thinking, just like practicing the piano. We can keep practicing once a week the wrong way, or we can practice every day where exactly to put our fingers. Not that I can, use this hand very well, but the point is that by practicing good, the right attitude, the things we're grateful for, again, what Tim says right there, Tim, I love you. I love you for helping Kara there. Again, I don't know if all of you or some of you are members of the MS Frontiers personal share, but that is Debbie Harris. She runs that group for us there. If you can join Facebook and go into that group there, then Kara, every time you're running low, you can email, you can message, you can post on there, and you'll get the love you're looking for, because you're not alone in all of this. And I just, Jane, thank you for praying for Kara. See that, Kara? It just, you're not alone there. And last on Tuesday, talked about pain, dealing with pain there. And this year is more of a boundaries thing. There's 3 boundaries there. Again, I'm going to keep saying that, boundaries to protect us from mean people who don't get it. Boundaries to protect people we love from us when we're mean and we just want to reach out. And then the third is boundaries to keep us from acting like children. Not eating right, not exercising, not doing crossword puzzles or learning something new. We need these things in our life. Because you know what, we can't measure our lives with our neighbors, with people going for, I got my neighbors, I'm such a social, I love them so dearly. And I'll see 3 different houses, the wives will get together, and they're my age, with their dogs, and I've got dogs, and they'll go for a walk, and I'll look out the window, and I can't tell you how much that pains me. It's just, because that can make me feel inadequate. That's like, if I could walk, I'd be right there. I've always done things like that. But I realize when I take my walker and I go around the block there, there's so many people. First of all, if this COVID's really, really, really contagious there, probably I would have had it, because these neighbors come out and they talk to me on the other streets and stuff when I walk. They talk to me. It's not the women who live right next door to me and stuff. It's people who are a little older, a little younger. Some of the kids that I watched grow up, they come over and they hug me, and I'm telling you, one of my friends, she lives on the other street. She's older than me. She and her boyfriend, they lived in that house. They got married. And she's the sweetest gal in the world. They got married, and less than 1 year of their marriage there, he had a major stroke. He owned a limousine business. He had a major, he's only 60. I think he's like, he might be 63, 64, and she's only 62. Beautiful there. And he was fighting it, and he was getting better, a little better. He lost his speech and his ability to walk, and he quit. He quit doing it. Now he wears a diaper all the time. He needs help in the shower. He doesn't really talk anymore. He can't sit up on his own. And I think of Donna, how sweet she is, and I'm thinking, that's her life. She got married, and this is what happened. It's so awful. And I think about us. We owe it to our spouses, to the people who love us, our friends, anybody who is near us, not to lay down and not to, just to try, to keep trying. We have to do that. We have to do it. And it's not because of who our spouses are, it's because of who we are. And we have to make up our minds to be great, just great from time to time. But anyway, yes, MS can be lonely remember, if my whole life depended on going for a walk with these three people, and they're going now. I see somebody's got a raincoat on, and she's coming to meet another neighbor. If I had to be with them, otherwise I had no value in life, it would be it. But remember, my requirement to be part of that group and walk with those women there is very much like me going to Home Depot for bread, right? Our solutions aren't always the answers to our problems aren't necessarily where we want it from. It's like being in high school and liking somebody so much, having such a crush, and I just tell me you love me, tell me you love me, and they're like, no, I don't love you, and you're like, tell me I love me. Well, guess what? Maybe that person will never love you, but that doesn't mean you're unlovable. It doesn't mean that there's somebody who is meant to love you. So me requiring these three women and their dogs to include me there, as much as I want that, it doesn't mean, well, it means I'm not going to get it there, but I can take my walker and go for a walk around, and all of a sudden there's people coming out of their house because they see me and they like me and they want to come out and they want to talk. So it is right. I love what you said, Gina. Pride is I think that's it. I think it's it. Pride is when we try to make something happen that's not supposed to happen, right? We got to let God do the work through the means we get the blessing. We have to, it's I would walk around the block and I would listen to a book on tape, and people would come out, and and I try to pause the tape, and next thing I know it's on another book, and all of a sudden I want to get mad at them, and I realize how important is that book on tape? The person coming out to talk to me is giving me the blessing that the three women going for a walk aren't. And are they, the three women, do they deserve to be any less loved? All right, human nature, true. I'm going to give you the true feelings there. I love them less. I don't like them as well. I'm not motivated to go over and talk to them. That's because I'm a jerk. It's not. But then again, they're not coming over and talking to me. So I'm creating that situation. Whereas I can easily walk over and they'd be very friendly to me individually, and I should do that. I should, because I think it's my pride that prevents the blessings to come through, and I can go over and I can talk to my next door neighbor, and she's delightful. We have books in common where we like to talk about books. We like gardening. I've got a lot in common with her. The other gal I have, she just is a social. She just talks and talks and talks, and I get a kick out of her. And the other one is we have a couple hobbies. So, Gina, I think you've made me a better person. I think when the sun comes up, Saturday, it's supposed to be beautiful. I'll go and I'll talk to. I'll make an effort, and slowly remember, raindrops make oceans. Let's see how good I am, because I'm going to tell you, if I am secure and confident enough to walk out when they're going for a walk, meet them out there, just chit chat, and then walk back. Yeah, that's my goal. It's to do the, Dulcinea is my name, right? The impossible dream, Don Quixote. I'm not fighting windmills. I'm going, just anyway. I'm getting confused on that. But Gina, that was brilliant, what you said. Kara, are you still here? Tim, you're awesome. I don't know. I just, anybody wants to be either on the phone, I can put the phone down, and yeah, you can join me there. I can be the face. You can, anybody who wants to do that, email me through msfrontiers.org, and you can be my partner in this. So wouldn't that be fun? Anybody, because I can't figure out how to do the split screen. That's for the experts and all. And I want to learn on that. I've spent hours and hours trying to learn how to do a split screen interview, because my desire was to have some of these top neurologists and interview some people. But I can do it with the phone. So what I'm going to do is that's my dream, is to call and ask at Johns Hopkins, some of the nurse practitioners, maybe Dr. Mallory, my doctor, who is big time in research and stuff. She can talk about the vitamin D, that kind of thing. I'm not as awesome as you, Tim. You know what's so wonderful is that, again, your words feed me and they bless me. All right, see, everybody read what Kara just said. She hasn't told anybody about her diagnosis. Yeah, Kara, you know what? All right, what it is, I'm thinking, what it is that MS is not your fault. And you know this. You know that this diagnosis has nothing to do with you, so you can't own that you are. I personally have a problem with being called a MS warrior, because a warrior is somebody who volunteers to fight against an affliction. And I'm not a warrior, because I'd never volunteer for this. In fact, I'm awful. I wouldn't marry somebody with MS. I think my husband is a superstar. But what I'll tell you is that it's okay. This isn't your fault. And by you holding that diagnosis to yourself, you almost, it seems to me that you almost feel like you've wronged somebody, or you feel like you're wronging your family or others, because you have this illness, this disease. You had that chromosome that was altered and set off, and it's been activated. Nothing is wrong with you, and don't even act like it's your fault. It's like it's a matter of fact. I have MS, and you are going to have limitations. Well, you already do now, because you hit the wall, you get exhausted. If you keep in mind those 3 boundaries, right, to protect you from other people. So if somebody calls you lazy or something, say, I'm not lazy, I have MS, and I'm tired. I'm tired. MS is not my fault. What is your fault is if you violate that 3rd boundary. The 3rd boundary is eating right, taking your meds. Kara, you are in a position now. I hope and pray you go to an MS doctor, MS neurologist, a MS hospital, like a teaching hospital. I believe in them so much, because in physical therapy they have medication. So I don't know if you're on medications, but you can email me. We can go back and forth, and I can be your mentor, or anybody on the right. I'm sure if somehow. In fact, I think on msfrontiers.org, what I'll do is I'm going to create some sort of an area where if anybody wants to be a mentor, you can email me, and then I'll put your name down, and just email me a bio, and just a little bio who you are and your email. And then what I can do is I'll do a page mentors, and you guys all can be mentors. And I, I can too. So therefore, you can be part of the solution, because I truly believe that if we have this, right? It's if all things work together for good, right? If all things then the Bible says, if you ask in God's name, and you remain in me, my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, it will be given to you, right? There are too many people out there with MS that are praying for a miracle, right? Like did you guys see what Kara said? She just told me that I'm a savior. I'm not a savior, Kara. I'm here for you, but what you're going through will help other people. And I want to be a facilitator to help you guys help each other as much as I'm helping you. I know it sounds I'm good at that kind of stuff. But again, Kara, this MS is not your fault. Do not own it. Get out on the front of the roof and just say, you know what? I have MS. I am sorry. It's not my fault. But you live with me, and I have to learn how to adapt to it, and so do you. And that first boundary, you're not gonna let them hurt you, but you're not gonna hurt them. You holding your diagnosis back, right? You're not telling anybody. How fair is that? Are you being kind to those people? I mean, these are answers you have to come up with yourself there. But again, this is not your fault. It is not your fault. And again, I have that video that says, "Where's my support system?" It's good to let your family know. But I tell you, I came home with that MRI from Hopkins, and it showed where every lesion in my brain was. And I asked my husband, I said, "Do you want to sit down and we play connect the dots? We'll look at where all the damage is." And he looked at me. No. I don't want to see the MRI. I don't want to see. He didn't want to see it, right? Well, I could have gotten very upset. But where's my support system? And I did that, right? Well, I did that video. And you can look at that video. It's about adapting or dealing with MS emotionally. It's a playlist there. And what did I do? I have friends within driving distance that have MS there. Judy, she can come over and play Connect the Dots. I could share on MS Frontiers on the Facebook page. I could do a video about it. The big time, the point of that is that, Carrie, what you said is we're not alone. We're only alone if we insist that the people we want to care. Do you remember they used to have these booths, and I think they still do. The MS Society has booths where healthy people can put on shoes and they can wear glasses, and all of these things simulate the gloves so that you can't feel things. All these things are to simulate what it feels like to have MS, right? Well, I think, I evolved to the point where I started thinking that's kind of cruel. I don't want my family members to know what it's like to have MS. I think about that. The more I require them to know what it feels like to have MS, if you love somebody enough, you don't want them. It's hard enough for me to adapt to it, and I don't want to know how bad it is. Again, it wasn't always bad. I played softball with MS. I skied with MS. The big thing that we have to do with MS is adapt to our limitations, adapt to gaining strength back. Because if I do lunges with the walker, if I keep doing lunges there, all of a sudden I can hightail it around the block. So I wanted to say that. But anyway, I don't think I'm going to go a full 1 hour with this there. Again, email me with your email address. Richard, you're not here, but I know you'll watch this later, and I want to tell you that this walker, he lives in Maryland too, and the VA gave him 2 walkers, and this is a walker that turns into a wheelchair. But what's so great about it is I'm tiny, very narrow there. This is a really, really wide walker. And sometimes when I walk with the narrow walker, the one that fits me there, I step on the wheel and I fall. I always step on the wheel. Well, Richard, this walker there, every day I take it out. I love this walker. I love it. It's blue. So hi, Laura. You'll have to go back and watch the whole thing because I'm about to bring this to an end. Looks like I gotta go to the bathroom. But anyway, I did want to tell you that. Again, I don't know what we should talk about on Tuesday, but it'll be an event. Maybe I'll talk about medications, but I have to do the Tuesdays. I want to do research and provide you the research. I did. What can you? How can you? This is on Tuesday. How can you increase myelin, repair myelin? How can you maximize your myelin health there? So if you didn't see that, go back. It's the play channel. The playlist is live videos there. So all of these, I'm putting all of these in that live list there. Thank you, Laura. That'll be great. I got nothing, which means that I can't believe I can talk for 51 minutes straight. And I normally don't have anything I don't think I can sit there and talk straight. But anyway, I almost feel like I should go on so you can talk to each other at least until the top of the hour. But I love that interaction you're doing there. Look, Karen, you know what? It's such a blessing. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for, you guys are great. Laura, I'm not going to get mad at you because you're late. You know what? It's God's perfect timing. And again, remember Tuesday at 11 o'clock, be ready. And what I'll do is I'll set this up and you'll get the email that I'm about to go live there. And again, I'll do research and I'll bring you something really fun or interesting. Let's see, I did that. I know they say on radio and broadcasting, it says any dead air you have is bad. Dead air is when I don't say anything. But next time, thank you, Laura. But the reason why I think that it should be allowed a little bit with dead air is because this isn't about me. You know, I'm just a face here, and I'm providing a place that we can all live chat there. But I think you guys are helping each other. I don't think I know. Tim, you're awesome. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. You know what? It's what you see isn't me. You know, don't thank me so much. Is thank God. Thank God who works through me to bring this and bring you all together. This is God's ministry. But again, it doesn't matter what religion you are, or if you're no religion. I remember my husband was driving with a young guy, he's an atheist, and he looked over at Brian. He says, I don't believe in God. And Brian looked over and he says, do you think God cares? And it made me laugh like crazy when Brian was, and the guy paused and thought about that. It's awesome. Yeah. Gina, isn't it awesome how we're like, you look at precious diamonds and stones. If you go in one of these stone stores and you look at pearls and you look at all the different gems, and you realize that how special we are. We're all emeralds, and you only know that you can relate to each other on a good way with MS when we have when we come together like this. You know what, Jean? It's funny you said that. Here in Maryland, there's talk radio, and it was getting 1 hour a week or every Saturday. It was Friday, they had 6 to 7. Saturday, they had a spot. So they offered me these spots, but they had to pay $125 a week or each week to do this there. And again, it would be a radio show, but it would be a general population and stuff, and I get to pay for that instead of just doing this, doing the YouTube live radio show. So Jane, it's a fantastic situation, but again, this here is the radio. So when you can't sleep, go back and look at the prior episodes. And Laura, congratulations on disability. It's interesting because to get Social Security disability, they deny you first, right out of hand. And I got mine in Washington State. And I just don't know why they make you fight that hard. You can have, I had to go to the Social Security doctors and my doctor, and it's crazy. Laura, but I'm so thrilled you've got the disability. You got to take that Medicare. You can't, even if your work provides you Medicare, and it's better there. The problem is if you don't take Medicare when it's offered to you, you will get penalized for waiting to take it. Anyway, I love you all. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. You'll get that notification when I'm about to go live there. And I will be here on Tuesday. Send me an email. Again, Dulci, Jean, DULCIJEAN @gmail.com. If you want to be a mentor to each other, I can put your name on the website, and where people with MS can click it and contact you. So it would be your email, and it would be a brief bio. What specifically do you want to mentor people doing? You know your talents. God, you know your talents. The other thing is that please email me if you have an idea for a topic that you want me to talk about. Anyway, God bless you. Please subscribe. Go to msfrontiers.org. Look at the resources we have for you. Also, you can contact me through that way. If I'm all about us serving each other. Anyway, I love you. God bless you, and keep coming back.